Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a guide for Catalunya GP with the Honda NSX. Let's get this started. Bring yourself to the left and look for this black light that is also on the left. You'll brake just before you pass it and you'll be braking hard for a short while. Go down to second gear and carefully accelerate your way through these first two turns. Try to bring yourself to the middle and ease off the throttle as you make your way through this long right turn. And once you're starting to point away from the orange barrier, you can start to fully accelerate. Bring yourself to the left and brake before you pass the white line that is on the left just before you pass this bridge. Brake hard for a short moment, ease off of the brakes and stick to the right side of the track. You can then start to fully accelerate, stay on the right side of the track and brake well before the wall on the left ends. Take your time going through this turn, so slowly ease off of the brakes, then slowly start to accelerate. You do not want to generate wheel spin as you go downhill. Now go to the right side of the track and brake before the curb on the right starts. Brake hard for a short moment, slowly ease off of the brakes, only get on the red and white curb on the left, and slowly accelerate. Now bring yourself to the left, and just after you start to turn in, you want to use just a little bit of your braking power. Use it for a short moment, go down to third gear, and start to accelerate. Bring yourself to the right and brake before you reach the digital flag that is also on the right. Brake hard for a while, gently ease off of the brakes as you turn in, get the car straightened up, and carefully start to accelerate. Take advantage of the curb, and then start to use some of your braking power as you're about to make this right turn. So bring yourself all the way to the right side of the track and carefully start to accelerate. Get out of the green area on the left and brake before the curbs on the left end. Brake hard for a very short moment. Bring yourself to the right side of the track immediately after you make the turn and brake before you go under the Gran Turismo Sports sign. Brake hard for a very short moment and ease off of the brakes and go over the first big red curb, then go over the second big red curb. Control your throttle input as you want to make sure that the car is nice and stable so you can get a nice fast exit. But that is pretty much it for this lap guide. Let's go ahead and quickly talk about the strategies. For this race, the tire and fuel rates are pretty low here, ×2 for the fuel consumption rate and ×6 for the tire wear rate. So that's going to make this race a very easy no-stop race. So you do not have to worry about refueling at all. And when it comes to the tires, it shouldn't be much of an issue for most, if not all, cars in this race. So towards the end of the race, they might present a small issue, but it's just going to be that, a small issue. At that point, all you have to do is just be a bit more careful with your inputs, and you should be more than good to go. On the first lap, you just want to be a little careful with your inputs as the tires will take a bit of a while to warm up. So by the end of lap 1, they should be good to go, and then you can start to make a push. And as you go through the final chicane, you just want to be careful with it. Either go over or around the curbs. Do not actually hit the curbs, otherwise you do risk spinning out depending on the car that you're in. Slipstream will be a bit of a thing here, especially through the main straight, a bit less of the back straight since that's shorter, but especially in the main straight, you can definitely get a good opportunity to pass a couple people as you approach the first turn, as you see here. And it is possible to overtake someone by the use of slipstream as you go through the back straight. It's just that you'll have a bit less time to try to make that overtake happen. And interestingly, for this race, there are multiple cars that can do well here, like the Honda NSX, the Volkswagen Beetle, the Porsche 911 RSR, and the Audi R8 LMS. And those are just a couple of the cars that I have seen around here, but I'm sure there are other cars that will also do pretty well over here as well. So we're going to skip on over to the end of the race. The tire wear is not much of a problem at all, just drive a little smoother towards the end, and you should be more than good to go. And fuel, that is not an issue at all. But anyways, that is pretty much it for the guide. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. So this is Mr. MCA, wishing you a good race, and I'll see you in the next video.